People have been reading this list a lot on YouTube that I read over 2 months ago, but we thought we would take it a step further and talk about some of the things in the planet section on that list here on Cobra TV. So first thing on that list happens to be a quote we are all used to hearing by Sean Murray: planet-sized planets. We know like nearly everything in No Man's Sky is procedurally generated, including the planets, from their position, landmass, colors, and of course, size. So if these are planet-sized planets, and he has given Earth as a reference, how are we supposed to explore all of that? Why don't you talk about that for a little bit?
Yeah, exploring it is a whole nother thing. Like, if it's a planet-sized planet, we're not just going to want to get into our spaceships and fly around that planet, because then you're going to miss stuff. You're going to miss, like, the fine details or, like, a new species that you fly over. You're just going to miss that, and no one's probably ever going to find that, whatever it is, that you just flew past. So you're going to want a land vehicle to do so on, like, because you're not just going to want to fly over it, and you're going to miss everything. And if you have a land vehicle, then you can see those things. You can drive around, and you won't really miss anything because you're down on the surface where you can actually see stuff and scan stuff and pick stuff up. Just easily get out of your land vehicle and interact with the world that you're on. And it will also be much faster than walking, which is going to help you also explore the planet since it's so large.
Yeah, and we know there are points of interest that we can see on a map, as Sean has stated, and in this list as well. But if there is something on that, if there's something on the other side of the planet and it's Earth size, how long of a trip are we talking about here? Think about the size of these planets, and, you know, from one side all the way to the next, I just don't see, you know, it almost seems like it would take a lifetime to explore one planet.
Right. Which is why I am going to try to spend as much time on a planet as I can possibly bear, because I want to see those things. I want to find everything on that planet. But sadly, that's never going to happen. You're eventually going to have to move on without seeing some stuff that's on that planet.
Right. Hello Games have also made concept art, and in some of those pictures we can see rings. And then when we look at one of the trailers, there's a clip showing a ship being attacked on the cold region of Solith Prime, and up on the top of those mountains, we see those same exact rings. At this point in time, we can only speculate what those rings are. What do you think they are?
I don't really understand why those would be there, but like, if I had to take a guess at what they could be, is maybe, I wouldn't say that they were teleporters, because that's kind of ridiculous, and also they're way too close together to be teleporters.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. You know, I was thinking maybe it's an easy way to get around the planet, like a portal jump to skip a few thousand miles. I mean, that would be really cool, and I'm sure, you know, as Sean has said, you know, you can't set up shop. It's not what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Then he's going to make it easy for us to explore these planets. So, but then again, if you skip 1,000 miles with a portal, you're missing 1,000 miles of stuff.
Right. You're missing 1,000 miles of that stuff that I've been talking about, that interesting plant life, animal life, all the nice stuff that you're just flying right over and wasting on that planet.
The biggest thing that puzzles me about the planets is that they are so large, and I imagine that you and many others will want to see all of a planet, just like you just said, and not just some of it. Think of all the different landscapes you could see, even on a lifeless, barren planet, all the points of interest, and then think a minute that there are many more in the solar system. Now combine that with his statement about not setting up shop on a planet. Give me your opinion. If we are to explore a solar system, don't you think we are going to be there for a long time?
Yeah, definitely with these planet-sized planets, since there's going to be at least maybe like 5 in the solar system that you're in, it's going to take a long time, and you're going to want somewhere to, like you said, set up shop.
Yeah, so
whether that be a space station or a ground station, I guess, fortress, it's really something that you kind of need.
Yeah, why not set up shop on a planet in that solar system, like the best planet that's in that solar system, somewhere to temporarily maybe store resources?
Yeah. Because maybe your ship can't hold everything that you have.
Exactly.
But you still want to keep everything that you have. You don't want to just trash it all.
Right.
And you're gonna have a lot of stuff because you're in that solar system with all those planets, and even on one of the planets, you're still gonna collect so much stuff from that.
Yeah, and if you think about it, it could take a lifetime to fully explore one planet, let alone multiple planets in a solar system.
Exactly.
It's just, I think he made a lot of statements that were just premature.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth.
He probably was. Most of his statements were probably just ideas at that point.
Also, this Tuesday, the 18th, I will be having subscriber calls again. So if you want to get on the show in one of these subscriber call episodes, go ahead and add my Skype name below.
Do you know if you can actually build or mine holes like in Minecraft?
I'm glad you brought that up. Now, here, I don't know. But I'm going to use
it. Would be cool. It would be cool.
It'd be wonderful. But here's the thing. I talked about this a little bit a while back, and
I think I've seen the video.
Yeah, the planets are planet-sized. Okay,
all right.
So if you were to discover, hey, how are you doing, buddy?
Hello, sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I am at my friend's house.
That's good. Thank you for calling Cobra TV, man. But James, the building, okay, if you were to try to discover Earth, it would take you more than a lifetime to discover it. So if you got these real-sized planets that are in No Man's Sky, it's man, you would think you'd have to build like a temporary base on the best planet in that solar system, just so that way you can discover every planet in there properly. Because the way that Sean said, you don't want to set up shop on one planet. But if we do it his way, we're going to go in, we're going to get a resource on one planet, maybe another one on the other, and then we're going to have to leave the solar system. You know, he has this whole let's keep things moving kind of thing, but there's so much to discover in each solar system. So like you said, building things, I think that is a great idea.
Yeah, my idea would be like, when you start off on your planet, I would have like built some sort of base to like stay there for a while to get used to the game.
Yeah. And you could even use something like that to store resources, because maybe your ship can't carry as many. What about you, Electric? What are your points of view on No Man's Sky? What did you want to bring up?
What am I most excited for?
Yeah.
For me, it's probably just exploring the planets, pretty much. I don't have a lot more to it than that. I mean, the idea of procedural generated planets and proper planet-sized planets are just really interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of overwhelming.
Yeah, but I probably have a terrible habit of jumping from planets too quickly and not taking enough time to explore one, but I suppose if it's infinite, it doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, I'm a very observant person in games. I'll probably spend days, like real life days, in a planet.
Yeah, because if you go to fly away, in the back of your mind, you're going to be thinking to yourself, man, what did I leave behind? What did I not see? You know, what hidden thing did that could be on that planet that, you know, what if there was like a cave that would lead you all the way underground to the middle of the planet and there's an actual alien life underneath there?
Yep, out the other end of the planet.
Something else I'm also kind of interested to know is if there's going to be, I don't know if this has already been announced, but if there's going to be sort of higher intelligence, like, because we know that we've got fish and animals, but I don't know, are we going to get anything that's sort of like aliens that's kind of human-like aliens that can actually build and talk and interact, and like proper intelligent ones?
Well, I'm going to answer.
There is spaceships flying around, so they must be intelligent.
Yeah, I know they were talking about like that evil force in the universe, and I know they're probably aliens, but I mean, is there a chance of finding just one on the planet that might be more peaceful, or, you know?
There could be, because those things flying around, the malevolent force, the wingmen that you can side with, they have to come from somewhere.
Yeah.
And so far, everything that Sean has done, and Hello Games, everything they've done in the game, it has persistence. So he's not going to just create, at least in my opinion, he's not going to create something that just came out of nowhere. It's got to come from somewhere. So I agree. And the trading post on the planets, there's got to be something we're trading with. We're not just trading with empty air or the deer. There's got to be people or things that we're actually buying these ships from. So I'm very curious to know what they are. And if they're on these trading posts on these planets, there's got to be intelligent life living there.
Yeah, and another thing as well is like, I know multiplayer has been talked about like so much, so it's probably people like, okay, let's not talk about multiplayer. But to be honest, really quickly, the thing about multiplayer is I feel like the universe is too big and vast to not have an option to explore it with your friends. And I feel like I can understand what he's talking about when he says that's not the core to the game and so on. But I think there should be an option to sort of send a request to one of your friends and just have them teleport to you, or at least set a meeting point somewhere where they could teleport to or something like that. Because I know it kind of loses the charm with the whole teleportation thing, but I feel like if the universe is that big, then there should be an option to play with friends somehow. Because no one wants death matches or any generic multiplayer. People just want to explore.
That gets really annoying.
People just want to do the single player together, basically. They don't want to have any special game modes, really.
I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. And remember to add my Skype below so that we can all talk about No Man's Sky on the next episode. Until next time.